Lénìí nípa oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run, a ti gbé ẹ̀kọ́ lórí bí a ṣe lè kọ́ wa láti sọ ní di ọmọlẹ́yìn, àti gbé yẹn ti sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. Ṣùgbọ́n èyí tó kẹ́yìn nínú ẹ̀kọ́ ọmọlẹ́yìn tí à ń kọ́ yìí, ipa tó kẹ́yìn ni a fẹ́ mú lénìí. So ó lè ṣeéṣe kí yẹn tún gbà wá bí ọ̀sẹ̀ bíi mélòó kan. Ó ní mo pè ní ìdíyelé láti di ọmọlẹ́yìn. Price to pay to become disciple. Price to pay for discipleship. Ìdíyelé tí ènìyàn nílò láti san kí ó tó lè di ọmọlẹ́yìn. Mo rò pé ẹnìkankan wa mọ̀ pé ìdí tí wọn ò fi gba Akérédolú láàyè láti kí wọ́n yọ̀ǹda arms fún àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn ni pé olórí ẹ̀ ni pé federal government sọ pé wọn ò tí wà trained tó àwọn tí wọ́n lè gbé ìbọn, tán lè gbé firearms lé lọ́wọ́. Kì í ṣe pé wọn ò níbọn, wọ́n níbọn bíi ṣakabùlà, but ìbọn gidi tó ṣe dojúkọ terrorists from AK-48 or AK-40 something tán pé and others. Then wọ́n ní láì jẹ́ pé wọ́n bá train wọn. So àwọn believe pé the local training tí wọ́n fún Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn kò wá qualify tó tí wọ́n fi lè gbé any rifle tó bẹ̀ láti AK-47 lé wọn lọ́wọ́. So because of that, federal government refused not to give them the firearms. Then what are we saying? If you will become a disciple, there are some things that will make you qualify to be disciple. So those are the things I will begin to mention. Price to pay. Price to pay to become disciple. Ó yàtọ̀ sí ìta tí kọ́ sẹ́yìn tá a pè ní qualities, but this one is price to pay. Price to pay. So wọ́n lè fi training paramilitary kí wọ́n fi wé training military like soldier and police. So paramilitary tó jẹ́ bí civil defence and then man o war, you cannot compare them. They are different. The training are different because what they handle and the matter they will handle is different from others. So that is why, and there are price you need to pay if you will be his disciple. So, and the catalogs of this price is listed in a particular book. Let's see the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11. 2 Corinthians chapter 11. 2 Corinthians chapter 11. There we are going to see the catalogs of the price we need to pay if you really be the disciple of the Lord. 2 Corinthians chapter what? Okay, I read verse 23. Ìránṣẹ́ Kristi ni wọ́n bí, èmi ń sọ bí aṣiwèrè, mo ta wọ́n yọ ní làálàá lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀, ní ti pàṣán mo ré kọjá, ní ti túbú nígbàkúgbà, ní ti ikú ní ìgbà púpọ̀. In English, are they minister of Christ? I speak as a fool. I am more in labor, more abundantly, in strife above measure, in prison more frequent, in death oft. Now we am taking the first price you need to pay if you will be a disciple is price of labor. That is what I will take today. Price of labor. So ohun àmúyẹ àkọ́kọ́ fún ẹnikẹ́ni tí yóò jẹ́ ọmọlẹ́yìn ní àmúyẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí iṣẹ́, àmúyẹ iṣẹ́ ṣíṣe. Àmúyẹ iṣẹ́ ṣíṣe. There is a difference between labor and work. Work is what you do. Labor is act of doing it. Work is what you do, but labor is act of doing it. There is one thing to have work, there is another thing to labor in that work. So we are not talking about work now. We are talking about labor in it. Labor in it. Ìdí nìyẹn tí wọ́n fi ń pe yàrá kan ní hospital ní labor room. Ó yàtọ̀ sí gbogbo àwọn yàrá tó kù. Wọ́n máa ń sun ẹkún nínú yàrá yẹn ni wọ́n máa ń kígbe ńbẹ̀ ni. Nínú yàrá yẹn wọ́n máa ń sun ẹkún ńbẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa ń kígbe ńbẹ̀ ni, but eventually ẹkún àti igbe wọn ó máa ń já sí ẹ̀rín, ó dẹ̀ máa ń já sí ayọ̀. So we call it labor room, where you have to push, you have to labor before you have to travail, as the Bible will say, before you laugh eventually. So the quality, the price a disciple needs to pay that will make you a disciple is to labor. Is to labor. Apostle Paul tí àwọn àpẹẹrẹ ẹ̀ tó ń sọ fún wa bíi pé òun ta wọ́n yọ. Ń ta wọ́n yọ tó dárúkọ ń bẹ̀ yẹn ohun àkọ́kọ́ tó kọ́kọ́ dárúkọ pé òun fi ta wọ́n yọ òun ni labor. That's why he said, I labor more abundantly more than ye all. I labor more abundantly. Ìyẹn ti dáhùn ìbéèrè tí ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan lè béèrè lọ́kàn wa pé kí ló dé tí Paul apostle fi tayọ láàrin àwọn apostoli, even àwọn apostoli tí ó ṣáájú ẹ̀ dé inú ìrere, kí ló dé tó fi tayọ láàrin wọn ju àwọn yòókù. So láì tiẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe wàhálà, ibi ilé fún wa ní ìdáhùn wípé ohun tí ó mú Paul apostle tayọ láàrin àwọn tó kù ni pé he's a labor man. If you read the history of this man, if you read what Bible recorded about his life, then you agree that he's a labor man. He moved from town to town, from village to village. He moved from synagogue to synagogue. As a labor man. That was the reason he was able to excel among the rest of the people. So, people on board, what makes you disciple? Kò sí kankan nínú àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù. Àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù tó tẹ̀lé Jésù tí wọn ò labor. Even before the disciple and before the Paul apostle, they labor. Kò sí mọ́tò ní táìmù Jésù náà. Ìgbà kan tí Bíbélì dárúkọ fún wa pé ogun kẹ́tẹ́kẹ́tẹ́ nígbà tó wọ Jerusalem. Èyí tó túmọ̀ sí gbogbo àwọn ìrìn àjò tí wọ́n rìn ní Asia tí wọ́n rìn káàkiri yẹn ẹsẹ̀ wọn ni wọ́n lò náà. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń lọ láti ìletò kan sí ìletò kejì. Wọ́n ń lọ láti ìlú kan sí ìlú kejì. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń lọ láti inú tẹ́ḿpìlì sí sínágọ́gù. Wọ́n lọ káàkiri pẹ̀lú ẹsẹ̀. That's labor. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn tó tẹ̀lé Jésù yìí, they are all labor. They are laborers. They labor before they became the disciple. So anybody that will be a disciple, because I've told you, and the thing ni pé if you are a disciple, be expecting to disciple others. That means you follow someone who is your leader. A time is coming that you will also be a leader for some people. So nígbà kó tó di pé àwọn kan náà jẹ́ disciple under, you have to labor. You need to labor. If you don't labor, you are not qualified and you will be disqualified. If you don't labor, you will be disqualified. Only mo ta wọ́n yọ, Paul ní mo ta wọ́n yọ. I stand out, I excel among the rest of the disciples. Even àwọn tó ṣáájú ẹ̀ ó lóun ta wọ́n yọ. And result yẹn dẹ̀ ó jẹ́ ká lè fọwọ́ sí pé lóòótọ́ ó ta wọ́n yọ láàrin àwọn tó kù. He travelled 3 times for missionary journey. 3 times. Ṣé rí láàrin àwọn ìgbà mẹ́ta tí ó rin ìrìn àjò yẹn, ó lè lọ odidi ọdún kan kó mọ́ tí ó padà wálé. Ó lè lọ odidi ọdún mẹ́ta kó mọ́ tí ó padà wálé. Ìgbà tó wá sí Jerusalem, á tó rí fún ẹ̀ lára, á tó padà síbẹ̀. So assignment was given to him and he did it títí di ìgbà tó fi sọ yìí pé òun retí àti gba èrè. Ifá àkótó kú fúnra ẹ̀ ló ti mọ pé òun fẹ́ kú, ló dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé òun ti ṣiṣẹ́ títí dé ojú òṣùwọ̀n. So you as a disciple, you need to labor, because if you don't labor, then you are not qualified to be disciple. Then somebody will now say, labor on what? I've told you that there is difference between work and labor. Work is what you do. Labor is the act of doing it. So labor, because there's one thing to labor right, There is another thing to labor wrong. You may labor right and labor wrong. Let me give you a sample. I call on Evangelist Israel àti Pastor Tosin àti Sister Dami. Ó wá pé àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta. Wọ́n ní, please, I'm coming in 1 hour time. Help me clean up this altar. Ẹ bá mi nu altar yìí kí n tó dé. Ìgbà tí mo máa dé, wọ́n ti bọ́ sí àyíká chọ́ọ̀chì. Wọ́n ti ro gbogbo àyíká chọ́ọ̀chì. Wọ́n ti gbálẹ̀. Wọ́n ti fọ tọ́lẹ̀tì. Wọ́n ti lọ sí children. Wọ́n ti kódà. Wọ́n ṣe é tí àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn wọ̀nyí ṣiṣẹ́. Tẹ́ ń làágùn yọ̀bà àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta. So nígbà tí mo dẹ̀ máa dé, mo wọlé ibi tí mo kọ́ wá sí straight ní orí altar. Then mo rí orí altar tí mo ní kán bá mi nù. Ó remain bó ṣe wà. Then mo dẹ̀ ṣe ń bọ̀ àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ti wá pàdé mi lójú ọ̀nà. Daddy, Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè san èrè fún wa, because we have done greatly. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá yìn wá àwa yìn ara wa. Daddy, in order láti pé kí a lè mórí yín wúsà, ẹ mọ̀ bọ̀ daddy, ẹ mọ̀ bọ̀ daddy. Ó wá mú mi lọ sí yanrìn tí wọ́n kó. Wọ́n mú mi lọ sí ilẹ̀ tán gbá. Wọ́n mú mi lọ sí ohun tí mo kọ́ bèèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn ni pé ibo ni mo rán yín. Wọ́n ní orí altar ni, but àwọn rí i pé iṣẹ́ míì tí ó tún ṣe bí ẹni pé ó lè jọ mí lójú ju orí altar làwọn lọ ṣe. The fact about the matter is they worked, but they have not worked according to the. As for me, they have not worked at all. For them, they have overworked. So if you are a laborer, what are you laboring on? Because Paul sọ pé èmi ń jà kìí ṣe bí ẹni tí ń lu afẹ́fẹ́. Èèyàn lè mọ labour nígbà míì kó jẹ́ pé ohun tó ń labour lé lórí kìí ṣe ohun tó mú result jáde. So if you are a laborer as to make you disciple, then what do you labor on? Let's look at that in the book of Proverbs chapter 22. Proverbs chapter 22. I read verse 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings, and he shall not stand before men. Ìwọ rí ènìyàn tí ń fi àìṣe ìmẹ́lẹ́ ṣe iṣẹ́ rẹ̀. Òun sì dúró níwájú àwọn ọba. Òun kì yóò dúró níwájú àwọn ènìyàn lásán. Now, the emphasis there is kì í ṣe iṣẹ́. Iṣẹ́ kọ́ ni emphasis. The emphasis in that passage is iṣẹ́ kí ni? Iṣẹ́ rẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ rẹ̀. As far as iṣẹ́ is concerned nínú ọgbà àjàrà yìí, fẹ̀yìntì ẹ jókòó yìí, iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ yàtọ̀ sí iṣẹ́. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọlẹ́yìn, kí ni iṣẹ́ tìrẹ? Iṣẹ́ tìrẹ ni usher. Iṣẹ́ tìrẹ ni choir. Iṣẹ́ tìrẹ gangan nídìí instrument. Iṣẹ́ tìrẹ ó ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùṣọ́ àgùntàn, administrator. Iṣẹ́ tìrẹ ó ní coordinator of programs. Iṣẹ́ tìrẹ ó ní children teacher. Iṣẹ́ tìrẹ ní Sunday school teacher. Iṣẹ́ tìrẹ oníkálùkù engineer wà ń bẹ̀, protocol wà ń bẹ̀. Oníkálùkù ní iṣẹ́ tìrẹ nínú ọgbà àjàrà yìí tó sọ ọ́ di ọmọlẹ́yìn. Then iṣẹ́ tìrẹ gangan, iṣẹ́ tìrẹ gangan, torí tí engine bá ti ṣe kùrọ̀ wọn ní lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ ọ̀ṣà. Tí wọ́n bá gbé orin nígbà tí orin wọ́lẹ̀ tó dàrú mọ́ onílù lọ́wọ́, wọn ní lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ pastor. Then nígbà tí kò bá sí ètò nínú ìjọ, there are some that are into administration. Nígbà tí ò bá sí ètò gbogbo ẹ̀ ríra wúra wọn ní bèrè lọ́wọ́ choir. Then everybody in this kingdom has his own work, his own specific assignment given to him that make him the disciple. Look up, everybody here. I have in my hands now 5 fingers. In my hands, 5 fingers. Do you know all these 5 fingers? Tí kan bá kúrò ńbẹ̀, ẹni tó ní ọwọ́ tó bá tó àkókò àti fi ọwọ́ yẹn ṣiṣẹ́, ibi tí ó kù sílẹ̀ yẹn ayọ̀lẹ̀. Ẹni tí ò síbẹ̀ yẹn ayọ̀lẹ̀. Tí wọ́n bá jẹun tí wọ́n fẹ́ palẹ̀ abọ́ mọ́ kí wọ́n lá abọ́ yẹn kí inú ẹ̀ mọ́ dáadáa, ìka kan iṣẹ́ tiẹ̀ nìyẹn. Tí ìka yẹn bá kúrò ńbẹ̀, wàá jẹun, èyí tó kù sínú ọbẹ̀ á ṣe bálabàla. Ìjẹ́wàá pé tí èèyàn bá gbá nǹkan mú, ìka kan wà nínú ìka tó bá di nǹkan mú tí ìka yọ̀ bá sí ńbẹ̀, tí ọwọ́ ẹ̀ bá ṣèkì ju tó dìmú yà á jábọ́, torí lẹ́yìn tí gbogbo ìka tó kù wà mọ́ nǹkan yẹn lára, ìka kan ló mọ sílì ẹ̀ up, ìyẹn lélẹ́yìí around ẹ̀ up, nǹkan yà á dó síbẹ̀. Function ti ẹ̀ nìyẹn, iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe nìyẹn. Náà tẹ bá dẹ̀ rẹ́ ni tí wọ́n sọ pé brother yẹn dà, tó sọ pé brother ẹ̀ lè rẹ́ tó sọ pé brother yẹn lélẹ́yìí, ẹ̀ rẹ́ tó lè sọ pé brother yẹn lélẹ́yìí, ìka kan wà tó ń pè ní pointing finger, tí ẹ̀ ní pé kó na ìka, tí ẹ̀ ní pé kó ṣe àpèjúwe ohun tó wà níwájú tàbí ohun tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́, iṣẹ́ ti ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni gbogbo àwọn ìka ọwọ́ yìí ló ní ẹ̀yà, ló ní iṣẹ́ function tiẹ̀ tó ń ṣe ní ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Then tí ìkan ò bá ti síbẹ̀, á yọ ọ́ lẹ̀ fún ara tó kù. Ẹ jẹ́ fún yín ní àpẹẹrẹ. Tí organist ò bá sí ní church tàbí tí ò play well, wọ́n á mọ̀. Tí usher ò bá sí ní church tàbí tí wọn ò function well, wọ́n á mọ̀. Tí choir ò bá sí ní church tàbí tí ò function well, wọ́n á mọ̀. Tí children teacher ò bá sí ní church tàbí tí wọn ò function well, wọ́n á mọ̀. Then bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ ni gbogbo ọwọ́ wọ̀nyí nígbà tí wọ́n bá parapọ̀, disciple ni wọ́n lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀, tí wọ́n bá wá ṣiṣẹ́ papọ̀, the arm is the arm. The arm will fulfill its purpose and the whole body will enjoy the functions. So you have your own duty, your own business. In that your business, that is what makes you disciple. In that your business, in doing it well and doing it right, it will make you qualified to be disciple. In the book of Genesis chapter 39. Let me read something in support of it before I leave that area. Genesis chapter 39, I read verse 11. Genesis 39. Ó sì ṣe ní àkókò yìí tí Joseph wọlé lọ láti ṣe kíni iṣẹ́ rẹ̀. Just stop there. In English says, and it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business. Now look up here. In that palace, because it was in the palace, it was in the palace of kí la lè pè lẹ́nu, bóyá lè pè ní chief of staff. Then in the arena of the chief of staff, kò lè jẹ́ ẹni tó jẹ́ steward nìkan ló wà ń bẹ̀, driver wà ń bẹ̀, because bí ò tiẹ̀ tó ministry, á jẹ́ kí ló ń pè tó wà lọ́dà ministry, tí ò bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ ministry ni, á jẹ́ agency. Then in every agency there must be a director. Am I speaking? Then there will after director there will be not only one driver, there will be drivers. You understand? Then oníkálùkù ní function, oníkálùkù ní area tiẹ̀ tó ti ń ṣiṣẹ́, steward wà ń bẹ̀, gateman wà ń bẹ̀, and then all the rest of it. But as far as Joseph is concerned, in this regard, he was a steward. Steward ni ẹni tá a ránṣẹ́. He was a steward there. And the Bible says, ó sì ṣe, let me read again. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business. Gómìnà lè fún director ní query nítorí iṣẹ́ ẹnìkan tó yọlẹ̀. Tí gómìnà dé, steward ní tiẹ̀ kó clean, kó ṣe, there are some things that I need to put into order. Tí gómìnà dẹ̀ débẹ̀ torí gbogbo ẹ̀ lórí jáwó lè fún director yẹn ní query. Kí tiẹ̀ ṣe gómìnà tiẹ̀ jìnnà, ẹja fún PS. Torí under PS ni, okay, PS lè fún director ní query. Báwo ni gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe rí jáwó gbogbo ẹ̀ kàn rí jáwó bí eléyìí. Àwọn tó kù lè ṣiṣẹ́ wọn dáadáa, iṣẹ́ ẹyọkan ẹnìkan yẹn ó lè affect ìyókù. Now let me come back to the kingdom. We complement each other in this kingdom. What you are doing, what I'm doing, assignment tèmi ò bá ti ń ṣiṣẹ́. That's why I intentionally, from the inception of this church, àwọn aspect kan wà tí mi ò yọra mi lẹ́nu sí, tí mi ò dẹ̀ ní interest sí. Mo mean deliberately, àwọn ìgbà kan wà tó yọ ọ́ lẹ̀ fún wa, mo mọ̀ yọra mi lẹ́nu. Fún àpẹẹrẹ, engineer. From the inception of the church títí di sin, ẹ lè rí mi nídìí engine kí n sọ pé engine ṣe kùrọ̀kùrọ̀ èmi ló lọ bẹ̀ ni mo lọ ń arrange ẹ̀. That's not my business. Even nígbà tí mẹ́mbà ò tí ì ju 10. Ìgbà tí iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ bí ọdún díẹ̀ bóyá bí ọdún bíi 5 lẹ́lẹ̀ rí mi kí n lọ ra bátìrì lọ́jà tó fẹ́ fi sí. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó sí èyí kan tí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ti ń grow ẹ lè rí mi kí n ra bátìrì. Ẹ lè ever rí mi kí n sọ pé èmi ni mo fẹ́ lọ ra generator for what? Anything tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ ra nu kingdom yìí bó ṣe 1 million naira gbogbo yín tó wà níbí lámọ̀ jẹ́rìí sí bó ṣe 1 million naira àwọn tó wà ní charge lọ́bẹ̀ lọ́nà tẹ́ bá ti price ẹ̀ then ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ we transfer money to them. Simple. I trust you. I trust the people I train by the special grace of God. It's not my duty. Wọ́n fẹ́ ra generator èmi mo lọ́bẹ̀ wọ́n á rú lérí wọ́n fẹ́ ra kinní kan. That's not my duty. It's not my duty. Everybody has his own area. They only people allow them, let them fulfill the purpose. Praise God. Then when you play your part, I play my part. Okay, let's come home. Irú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lẹ́nu Bible, you know now. Mo rò pé ẹ mọ̀ pé irú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lẹ́nu Bible. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré lọ wò Acts of Apostles 2. Acts of Apostles 2, chapter 6. Are you with me? Yes. Okay. The Lord bless you. Amen. I say God will bless you. Amen. I say you are blessed. Amen. Say I am blessed. Amen. All right. Ǹjẹ́ ní ọjọ́ wọn ni mo kà láti verse 1 Acts of Apostles chapter 6. Ǹjẹ́ ní ọjọ́ wọn ni nígbà tí iye àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn sì ń pọ̀ sí àwọn wo la ń kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nípa ẹ̀ ọmọlẹ́yìn àbí nígbà tó yá wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pọ̀ nígbà tí iye àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn sì ń pọ̀ sí ìkùnsínú sì wà nínú àwọn Hélénì sí àwọn Hébérù nítorí à ń ṣe ìgbàgbé àwọn opó wọn ní ìpínfúnni ojoojúmọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré ṣàlàyé bẹ̀yẹ fún yín. Then ìkan nínú iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ àwọn àpọ́stélì ní àkókò yẹn tí wọn ò lè ṣe kí wọ́n má ṣe lójoojúmọ́ ó ní láti ṣiṣẹ́ ìtọ́jú àwọn opó àti àwọn aláìní àtàwọn ọmọ aláìní bàbá kan so oúnjẹ ojoojúmọ́ fún wọn. Nígbà yẹn wọ́n máa ń so oúnjẹ ojoojúmọ́ fún wọn wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ń fún wọn ní ìpín fúnni lójoojúmọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tó tó stage kan ìpín ó wá rí gbogbo ẹ̀rí wọ̀rọ̀wọ̀rọ̀ àwọn kan rí àwọn kan ò rí àwọn kan mú méjì lọlé àwọn kan ò ní kankan lọlé gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ wá rí àwọn ìkùnsínú wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ nítorí pé nǹkan bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yọlẹ̀ ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wọ́ láàrin wọn. Then ẹja wo verse 2. Àwọn 12 sì pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn sí jọ sọ́dọ̀ wọ́n wí pé kò yẹ kí àwa ìbá fi ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run sílẹ̀ ó yẹ kí àwa ìbá fi ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run kò yẹ kí àwa ìbá fi ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run sílẹ̀ láti máa ṣe iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ tábìlì. Nítorí náà ará ẹ wo ọkùnrin 7 nínú yín olórúkọ rere ẹni tí ó kún fún ẹ̀mí àti fún ọgbọ́n ẹni tí àwa ìbá yàn sí iṣẹ́ wọ̀nyí. Irú iṣẹ́ wo? Ìbójútó administration. Because at that particular time, are you listening to me? Yes. At that particular time àwọn tó lọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ tí ò tọ́ sí wọn wọ́n fi iṣẹ́ tiwọn sílẹ̀. Iye àwọn 12 iṣẹ́ tiwọn ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Iṣẹ́ tiwọn kọ́ ni administration. Iṣẹ́ tiwọn kọ́ ni kán pín oúnjẹ fún àwọn ènìyàn. Àwọn ní ojúṣe tiwọn tó yẹ láti ṣe. They are the leaders. But àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀yìn tó kù àwọn ni kán máa ṣiṣẹ́ lórí administration. Wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe lé wọ́n fẹ́ ra kíbá wọ́n fẹ́ ra dòdò wọ́n fẹ́ ra gúgúrú wọ́n fẹ́ ra ẹ̀pà. It is their own duty and let everybody perform. And then let me say this, pastor tí ò bá ti trust Ọlọ́run ò lè trust yẹ. Even if that person is not trustworthy, entrust it into his hands. Ohun tó dẹ̀ ń fa ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà ni pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run they don't trust their people. And some of them will think they are helping God. They are not helping God. They are winding up themselves. They are warning up. They are wọ́n warn ara wọn up because it is not their duty. Leave them. Fẹ́ni yẹn lẹ̀ kó ṣàṣeyọrọ nídìí ẹ̀ ìyẹn kù sí ọwọ́ ẹ̀. And by the grace of God tó bá jẹ́ ni tó train náà by the grace of God he must be able to know the right thing to do. I've been to some churches tí pásítọ̀ á kúrò ní àyè pásítọ̀ tó jó òun láwá yí ẹ́ńjìn, òun lá gba máìkì lọ́wọ́ akọrin tá tó fún adènà, òun lá sá lọ sẹ́yìn lọ́run tá lọ. I've seen many churches like that. It is the duty of pastor to be here. The pastors are to be here and to watch things happening. I've seen some churches tó jẹ́ pastor lásán lọ ìdí generator bí kíni tó múná lọ ti sá lọ sẹ́yìn lọ́hùn. People are there. Àwọn èèyàn wà ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì. Òun ló fa jẹ́ ẹ máa mọ̀ bóyá iná wọlé. Òun lágbá máìkì tá ṣe ìjì bátìrì tá ṣe. Number one, that is pure ignorance. And the people don't know, and I want to tell you this. You must agree with me. Great people that can do better than the pastor in the church. And then oníkálùkù dẹ̀ ní ló ní aspect ibi tí ó ti good fẹ́ni yẹ síbẹ̀ kó o bóyá kò ní ṣe. For instance, ìgbà tí media and technical department fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ of recent, awo àwọn wo ló ní experience. And we hand it over to people. The trainer tó fẹ́ wá train wa, ohun tó kọ́ sọ nìyẹn pé iṣẹ́ yẹn á rọrùn àti ṣe, ìyẹn this media department tó last year á rọrùn àti ṣe àti kọ́ tí òun bá rí àwọn tí wọ́n ní pre-knowledge about it. And I looked, who are those? And I picked 2 people. In fact, time tó lérò pé òun fẹ́ fi ṣe training fún wọn, ó dà pé ọjọ́ kan péré ló wá àbọ̀jọ́ méjì lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ìgbà tó dẹ̀ evaluate intelligent wọn, ó ní wọ́n á máa improve ara wọn, and they begin to improve themselves according to. Ó bèèrè lọ́wọ́ mi lánàá àbíjẹta tá a pàdé ní meeting kan, they are doing wonderfully. Then these people are in the church, they have the experience. Then if they don't utilize it, it will not better the body. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni oníkálukú wa láwọn ibì kan tá gòdù sí tó jẹ́ pé ara Kristi nídìí ẹ̀. But if you are not allowed, if they are not allowed, they will not be able to function. Then in verse 4, ṣùgbọ́n àwa dúró, ẹ wá gbóhun tí wọ́n sọ ní verse 4. Àwa dúró ṣinṣin nínú àdúrà gbígbà àti nínú iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ náà. Wọ́n á sọ pé a ti ṣe mistake. Iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ àdúrà àti iṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ òní ti àwa apostoli. Ẹ fi iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ oúnjẹ pínpín, ẹ fi fún àwọn tó mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe. Iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àti iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ àdúrà ká wàásù fáwọn èèyàn ká dẹ̀ máa gbàdúrà irinṣẹ́ àwọn àpọ́stélì. Wọ́n ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá àwọn àpọ́stélì 12 ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá padà sí iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ àdúrà àti iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n wá fi iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ administration ètò wọ́n fi ilẹ̀ fún àwọn tó kù tí wọ́n yàn. Iṣẹ́ yẹn wá dúró bó ṣe yẹ kó dúró, kò wá sí ìkùnsínú mọ́. Every one of us have our duty to play in the kingdom that make us disciple. If you don't play your role, somebody will say it will affect the body. Yes, let me agree partially, but eventually if you don't play your role, God will replace you with somebody better. Am I speaking? Yes. That's just the truth. If you are allowed to do it, you need to play your role in that your office and do it well. And if you do it well, tó bá jẹ́ ènìyàn ni ẹ́, inú ẹ̀ á dùn tó gbogbo ènìyàn lórí, inú ẹ̀ máa ń dùn tí iṣẹ́ ẹ̀ bá dá lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Inú ẹ̀ á dùn pé yes, you are fulfilling when you see your work improving. Of recent ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ló jẹ́ pé you are not happy when the engineer department is not lóyà bí ọdún kan sẹ́yìn àti or whatever. We are not happy about it. I believe the people in charge are not equally happy. But when things are improving, ẹni tó wà ní charge tó bá ti jẹ́ ènìyàn tó níyè nínú ni, inú ẹ̀ ò ní dùn tí ò bá improve. But tó bá ti improve, ẹni pé inú ẹ̀ á máa dùn láti improve more. And then tí body náà bá encourage wọn, okay, ẹni ìdílé ó yá ẹgbà, ẹni ìdílé ó yá ẹgbà, kí lẹ tó sọ pé ẹni ìdí ẹgbà ilé ẹgbà. Then body tó release substance yẹn náà ló máa benefit yẹn. So people of God, what am I saying? What I'm saying is, you have your business. I have my business. You have your duty to play. The environment of the church is clean because it's a business of some people. They see it as their duty to make àwọn ọmọ lulu, àwọn ọmọ drum set ìlú, àwọn ọmọ organ play, àwọn ọmọ kí ló tó kàn. Wọn mọ, but ohun táwọn mọ̀ ń ṣe in their own business is to clean up the church, to clean up the environment. So that's your business. Makes you disciple. Ẹni tó gbálẹ̀ ẹnu ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì disciple ni. ẹni tó ń take care àwọn ọmọdé nínú church they are disciple ni. ẹni tó ń kọrin disciple ni. Interpreter nínú church when you see if pastor says a good interpreter, the auction will flow. I'm telling you, sound interpreter. Until they make a sound, is not your English, it's not your grammar. You may know how to blow good grammar. Come on, flow spiritually. You make yourself ready. In that your business. That is what makes you the disciple. Tear down a man. That is hard working in his own business. That labor in his own business. The Bible says reward will come. What is the reward? He will stand before kings. He will stand. Yóò dúró níwájú àwọn ọba, àwọn èèyàn ńlá ló máa dúró níwájú ẹ̀. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ mo gbọ́ wọn interview olórin kan of recent lórí rédíò lára ìṣe Christian but ó ní church ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sílùú ẹ̀bùn fọlọ́run ní church ló ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ but lẹ́nìí ńkọ́ he has become an international figure. So people of God, what are we saying? You are a disciple and you have to labor. Ṣé ju bí wọ́n ṣe sọ pé kó ṣe lọ, ohun tí mo mean ni pé do the right thing and do it better. Kò sẹ́ni tí ò mọ ohun tó dára láti ṣe. Even ju bí wọ́n ṣe instruct ẹ̀ láti ṣe, particularly tó bá tún wá jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run ló ń pín ní lérè tí kìí ṣe ènìyàn tó ṣe fún. But ẹni tí òye ẹ bá tó ṣe jù báyìí àwọn kan sọ pé èèyàn ṣàṣeyàn. In fact mọ́ ṣàṣepamọ́ ṣàṣeyàn. So gbọ́rọ̀ mi mọ́ ṣe kí ni ẹni tí eyín ẹ̀ bá dá lójú tó yín yọ ò bá jẹ́ iwájú ló ti yọ ò bá jẹ́ ẹ̀gbẹ́ kò ní fọwọ́ bò. Àìtẹ́yín ká lèèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ tó fọwọ́ bẹnu. Bọ̀ tó bá dá ẹ lójú lẹ́yìn kíká ò ní wulẹ̀ fọwọ́ bẹnu. Wàá fẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ jáde nígbà tó bá rẹ̀rìn gbogbo ayọ̀ gangan báyìí ló máa yọ síta. Ìyẹn gan lájẹ́ pride yẹ kó yọ gangan yẹ. Wàá jẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ pé ẹni tó bá fẹ́ rú ẹ̀ náà kó lọ fi plier kó fi yọ eyín tiẹ̀ náà kúrò. Praise God. So what am I saying is be proud in what you are doing. Anytime bá ti gorí altar mo máa ń wà okay to speak anywhere by the grace of God anywhere. Just tell me to say something. Bó tiẹ̀ fún mi lákòókò tell me to say something. I'm always happy to teach. I'm always happy to preach. I'm always happy to counsel. I'm always happy to instruct. I'm always happy to pray. I'm always happy to read the Bible. Bow down your head for prayer.